And they forsook YAHUAH, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of YAHUAH was hot against Yasharal, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of YAHUAH was against them for evil, as YAHUAH had said, and as YAHUAH had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Shophachim, Judges, 2:13-15 Sefer. So Yahushua Joshua is dead, and Yasharal is dwelling in their lands of inheritance. However, a new generation of Ivrim Hebrews arose and stopped worshipping Yahuwah our Elohim, and furthermore Yasharal made a covenant with the Gentiles that they was to drive off the land. Yasharal began to do as the other nations by worshipping other Elohim and following in the traditions of the other nations. This is the very thing we do now in 2022, for example, remembering that we are still in the midst of our ancestors' lands of captivity. We celebrate New Year's Day, Easter, Valentine's Day, Memorial Day, Columbus Day, Labor Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, President's Day, Pride Month, St. Patrick's Day, even Groundhog Day, just to name a few. However, the feast days and Shabbaths of Yahuwah our Elohim gets overlooked year after year, fading out of memory from new generation and to the next. It's to the point, our children look forward with great expectations to the Gentiles' ways of tradition and celebrations.
So what have I learned today pertaining to these verses? I learned that we are following in the same footsteps as our ancestors. We celebrate all of the traditions of the Gentiles. We celebrate all of them. We celebrate everything they come up with, or we celebrate things that they give us to celebrate. For example, to make us happy and to cater to our needs, they will give us days that we want. For example, like Martin Luther King Day or Black History Month. But those days are still selfish celebrations. They do not honor YAHUAH our Elohim. Yet they do serve as a reminder of certain things that has happened to us in our history. But it still doesn't honor YAHUAH our Elohim. So it's just another Gentile tradition. And this is what I've learned, that we are following in the same footsteps as our ancestors. Even though our ancestors saw with their own eyes what YAHUAH our Elohim did by delivering them out of the hands of the Mitzrayim, which is Egyptians. They saw all the miracles, the plagues, the crossing of the Red Sea, the crossing of the Jordan River. They saw the sun stood still in the sky. The sun, YAHUAH Elohim stopped the sun from continuing its course in the heavens, along with the moon, in order for our ancestors, Yashriel, the Hebrews, for them to conquer their enemies. This is what he did for us. YAHUAH Elohim stopped the sun and the moon in the sky for a whole day, which proves that the sun and the earth don't revolve around the sun. The sun revolves around the earth, just by that particular verse in scripture. But back to the traditions of men. We have feast days that we're supposed to honor as a memorial forever. This was a commandment given to us by YAHUAH Elohim. Yet as generations pass and new generations come, these days are being put on the back burner. These days are starting to fade away in memory. No one celebrates, or should I say, some people don't celebrate feast days according to Scripture. But yet we can celebrate all these other man-made traditions. And this is the same footsteps our ancestors followed. They followed in the footsteps of the Gentiles. They started celebrating their traditions in those times. They started celebrating idols and false Elohims. They started following their traditions. And we're doing that now today in 2022. We must get back to the ways of YAHUAH Elohim. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.